Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1990 film, Another 48 Hours, starring Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. Of course, this movie is obviously the sequel to the original 48 Hours, which came out 8 years earlier, in 1982, and I just reviewed that movie, so please check out that review if you haven't seen it. Of course, 48 Hours, Another 48 Hours, takes place 8 years after the original, which is like an eternity in the movie business, because, like I said in my review for the original 48 Hours film, was a monster hit. So, at least a pretty good sized monster hit for the summer of '82, even though you had E.T., which eclipsed all the movies that year in '82. But the movie for the sequel for 48 Hours came out 8 years later, which is like an eternity. And the funny thing is, when Eddie Murphy did a sequel for Beverly Hills Cop, it only came out about, I think it was like less than 3 years after the original Beverly Hills Cop came out, in like in '84. Beverly Hills Cop 2 came out in 1987, and that got mediocre reviews, but was the only real, other than Dirty Dancing, it was the only big hit that came out in 1987. So, Eddie Murphy decided to do a sequel to 48 Hours, was the only, at that point, the only action movie, a real action movie that Eddie Murphy did, except for maybe The Golden Child. The only other action movie that he did, and that became a big hit. So Eddie Murphy decided to finally do a sequel to 48 Hours, re-teaming up with Nick Nolte. And Nick Nolte looks better in the sequel to 48 Hours than he did in the original movie. I'm talking about physically. He physically looked better. Of course, the sequel to 48 Hours, the plot is Eddie Murphy's character Reggie is about to get out of jail, and he got extra time in jail because he stole the payroll he ended up stealing the payroll for the prison. So because of that, he got extra time. He was supposed to get out of 6 months in the original film, but this time he got stuck for another 5 years, and now he's getting out like 8 years after the original movie. When he's supposed to get out in the original film, and I'll go for a long introduction there. But the villains in this movie, one of them was a drug dealer named the Iceman, who, spoiler, turns out to be a fellow cop in the San Francisco Police Department, and one of his henchmen is another cop on the police force who was helping him out. So, the Iceman wanted to get revenge on Eddie Murphy's on his character Reggie, and Nick Nolte eventually finds out about it because in the beginning of the movie, Nick Nolte witnesses a drug buy going down, and he busts it, and the henchman, or the henchman to the cop who was actually the drug dealer, steals the gun that the guy Nick Nolte was shooting at had, and says, it says to Internal Affairs, the guy never had a gun, so Nick Nolte was shooting at an unarmed man. So now they want to bring Nick Nolte up on charges, and while that's going on, Nick Nolte realizes that the Iceman had a connection to Eddie Murphy's character. So again, he goes to the prison after all these years to find Eddie Murphy and try to get his help. And said, "Hey, I'm coming out." And Eddie Murphy said, I'm getting out tomorrow. I'm not going to help you no more. You stip me." And he said, "Look, when you get out," I said, "I have your money for you." I said, "Come see me, and I give you your money." That Eddie Murphy stole from this guy Gans, the villain from the first movie. While that was going on, he had this other subplot where the brother of the villain from the first 48 Hours movie hooks up with this other biker guy to go and kill Eddie Murphy's character, and with the help of the Iceman. And you thought that maybe the other biker was maybe the Iceman. Like you just mentioned, it wasn't. It was this other cop that was the Iceman. But they were in cahoots with the Iceman. But the guy Gans, who was like I said, the brother of the villain for the first 48 Hours movie, Whereas he didn't need any extra motivation to go after Eddie Murphy. He just got the payoff from the drug dealer. Because it was actually originally the drug dealer's money that Eddie Murphy actually stole, and it was supposed to split it with Gans in the first movie, and he stiffed Gans. So not only did he stiff Gans, or Eddie Murphy's character did, but Gans got killed by Nick Nolte's character, with Eddie Murphy's help in the first film. So that's where this character Gans comes in. And so the rest of the movie is this guy Gans and the Iceman trying to kill off Eddie Murphy's character. And if Nick Nolte just happened to be getting in the way, it'd be great. It'd be great for Gans because he wanted to kill Nick Nolte's character too, because he's the one who killed his brother. So you have this other crazy little soft plot stuff going on in this film. I mean, this plot is almost the same thing as the first movie, and even has the same name, the same last name as the villain from the first movie. So it didn't really change that much. It's like if you never saw the original 48 Hours, and say, "Oh, this is a good, decent movie," but if you saw the original, like I did, it's like almost exactly the same movie and almost the exact same ending, with Gans getting killed, and so did the two dirty cops that was trying to frame Nick Nolte's character. So it's one of our affairs. And interesting though, Kevin Tighe, who of course was in 8 Man Out, he was in Roadhouse, and he was also in the cast of the television show Emergency, was the Internal Affairs boss. And you thought, for a long time in the movie, you thought that maybe he was the Iceman. Even Nick Nolte thought that. But of course, we know that that's not true, because it was somebody else. Another cop was actually, for a long time, in this movie, was actually helping Nick Nolte's character out. But we know that's not. He's just doing it just to keep his eyes on Nick Nolte, make sure it doesn't never trace back to him. But another 48 Hours it's like one of those forgettable sequels, or almost unnecessary sequel. But like I said, the only in the top of this review is because of the mild success of Beverly Hills Cop 2, was that another 48 Hours came out. I mean, the only other sequels that Eddie Murphy has made in his career was maybe Dr. Dolittle, but it's more of a family-friendly film. Of course, the Coming to America movie that's out online on Netflix, which I haven't seen yet. But because I don't have an account with Netflix, that's why I haven't seen it. And also the Nutty Professor remakes that he did. I mean, those are the only sequels he ever made. But other than the Beverly Hills Cop franchise, that is. But another 48 Hours, it's like if you had never seen the first movie, you're going to join the second movie. But if you had seen the first movie, the original 48 Hours movie, you're not going to like this one. But it was an okay movie. I mean, it's good to see Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte on screen again. But it's like one of those wasted sequels. So I'm going to review the movie 48 Hours, or I should say another 48 Hours. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at RallyC.com, so WDY, C.com, that's the homepage of the Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.